Hello, everyone. Yes, I know I'm live. Yes, I know I'm streaming. Yes, I know I'm by myself. Um, Scott is having computer issues, and so we're going to see if he joins us shortly. Right now, I am going to see if I can remember how to make myself full screen. Da, 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 da. There we go. Okay. Um, Welcome to Nowhere News. I'm Christina. Hopefully, Scott will join us soon. I'm waiting for a text message for him. And he's texting me. See, we're texting. It's like, ah. Um, I'm going to let him know I'm on live already. And he's just to pop in when he's up. Um, okay. Let's start with Happy Mother's Day. It is Sunday, May 10th. It is Mother's Day. Mom, you just stuck your head in the door. Did you need something? Wait, can you come say hello to everybody? Well, okay, let's not because that was live on YouTube. So it's okay, everybody. You might meet my mama. The Lilu is here. My bed is not made. We are live on YouTube. Come over here. Okay. Well, you can't lay on the Lilu. They're on the internet. Just sit down and wave hello. They can't there's no one else to talk to. We are talking to the wind. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. They can't hear you because you're not talking into the microphone. So do you want to just no, you're not staying, but do you want to say happy Mother's Day to everybody? Happy Mother's Day, everybody. No, there's nobody on the other end. But this is going to be out on YouTube and anyone who wants to watch it can. Bye. Yes, I'm live. I'll be down shortly. Okay. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. That was my mama. She was just checking in to see if I'm alive. I have so many stories to share with you guys because we spent the last week traveling. And unfortunately, I appear to have picked up some sort of weird illness because all I've done yesterday and today is sleep. That's all I've done. And I slept really, really good on vacation. But for some reason, my energy levels are gone. Like, there is no amount of vitamins or coffee or anything that it's like, I would like to make an African sleeping sickness joke, but I know that that would be in poor taste. So I'm not gonna. Um, But just know that I have done something to myself. Hey, look who's joining us. Just know that I've done something to myself and I have made myself so incredibly ill. And the lip gloss and the mascara is so that I don't look like death warmed over because I just managed to get out of a shower about 10 minutes before I got on to do the show. It was the first time all day that I've been able to get out of bed. It's pretty gnarly. Scott said that his computer is running god awful slow. So chances are
Can
this
you
is
hear
the
me?
way. I can hear you. You
I
have
don't
no
know what's going on with
camera.
my camera. I don't know what's going on with my camera.
I don't know. You're going to
Everything
have.
is just slow. Everything is just like molasses slow.
I'm so sorry. You missed
Maybe the
it.
camera will pop up. Who knows?
I don't know. Check your camera settings on your Google Hangout to make
No,
sure
it's
you
not.
don't
Uh,
have it
it's not
turned
the
off.
camera. It's the whole fucking computer. It's just everything is slow,
I'm so
and I'm
sorry.
frustrated. to Believe.
It's totally okay. It's
Please
totally
don't give me
okay.
advice. Fix this fucking computer that I want to smash into the wall.
I love you.
Hi,
You've gone silent. Okay, there you are. I heard a sigh. You have every right to be frustrated, babe. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
if I
Um,
could figure out what was going on, that would be great. But I've run all my diagnostics. This started like 2 days ago, and I've
oh,
run all my diagnostics, and everything seems to be fine. It's just everything's running slow.
I'm sorry. I'm looking to
Yeah,
see if we have anyone watching and if there's any comments. No one is watching and we
thank
have no
God.
comments. Well, I'm watching. I'm the only one listed as watching. Okay. I was telling everyone that you were running late due to computer slowness, and that I was telling them how I had plenty of travel stories to share while we waited for you, but I'm glad you're here to hear them. Um, but that for some reason, I uh, I seem to have I seem to have contracted some sort of weird weakness, and we've lost him. And I've been sleeping a lot, and it's terrifying, but at the same time, it's like, okay, obviously my system needed it. I have a Lilu who's right here deciding to climb up on me, and she's taking a very long time to make up her mind. And we're just going to let her do her thing. Um, I spent a week with my family road tripping, which, with the price of gas prices, was insanity. But know that we planned this back at Christmas when gas prices were not as insane, and we thought it would be more affordable than flying. Uh, so we road tripped to the Grand Canyon, and it was myself, my husband, the dog, both of my parents, and my 8-year-old niece, whose 9-year birthday is today. So, to my niece, I would like to wish a happy birthday, even though she will not see this because she is not old enough to be on grown up YouTube because she just turned 9. But we had a great time. And look at your beautiful face.
I can't see it, so I'm going to take your word for it.
You look fabulous but frustrated.
Hi.
Hi.
And I'm fucking Scott.
I haven't even done the intro yet, so y- thank you for taking care of it. You're having internet issues, though. I think
And
you have a delay in internet.
on weather today, we have Marge and Elizabeth, who are our mothers, because it's Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Scott has the laggy internet because I can still see him talking even though I've already heard him come through. So the video and the audio are not aligned. You're fine, babe. You're fine. We're going to make it work. The show must go on. Um, my mom was on here for a few seconds to say hi to everybody and to wish them happy Mother's Day. And I was
Aw.
explaining that we went to the Grand Canyon on a road trip this last week, and I came back with some weird sleeping sickness. I've been literally asleep most of yesterday and today. Uh, but I wanted to check in with you and see how your week has been. We've lost your sound.
Well,
Okay,
check
now
in
we
with
have.
me. My week's been boring compared to yours. I didn't get to go to. Oh, you fucking kidding me?
No, no, it's back. It's back. It's the delay. It's the delay.
Battery life. Damn.
It's the delay.
It's gonna be a shit show of a week.
It's gonna be okay.
Hi.
So you said you had a boring week?
And I'm Scott. Let's see. I've had a cough all week. That's been joyful. I had my first Shadowrun game that I'm playing in on Thursday. That was interesting. Um, I just got back from the theater. I went to the theater and I saw Shakespeare's R&J.
Yeah, I want to know about that.
So it's an adaptation of Romeo and Juliet set,
Mhm,
well, traditionally it's set in an old boys boarding school.
mhm,
The director had some wild concepts and didn't do it that way, and I wish he had. But
mhm,
you're supposed to get the feeling that this is a rigid, strict boarding school, and they're sneaking this copy of Romeo and Juliet.
Mhm.
And there's only four guys, and they're interchange. Well, no, they don't interchange roles. They share roles. Except, yeah, they all share roles to one extent or another. And it was that concept was pretty cool. Um, he over conceptualized it by putting it in like this futuristic new world order kind of a government. So they had this really cool set, but it was very abstract.
Mhm.
So I feel like if he had stayed traditional to where it was a boarding school and it looked like a classroom, I would have gotten more out of it. I would like to get the script to read what's in the script and what he added because choices were made. The actors did a good job. I liked it. Um, yeah. So it was my first taste of local theater, and I mainly want to go because it only ran one weekend. One weekend.
Mhm.
Crazy to me. Um, coming from a theater that runs a minimum of 4, if not 6 weeks,
Right.
or 8 weeks sometimes for a popular show.
So this was a severely limited run.
Yeah, they Friday, Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, and then this matinee.
Got it.
And the set was huge. I'm like, why are you putting together such a huge set for only four performances? Wacky. It
Right.
deserved more. Yeah, so that was fun going to local theater. I liked that and Shadowrun, and I can't think of anything else. Nope, I can't think of anything else. Nope.
Okay. That's your week, huh?
Yep,
Um,
you have
well,
a much more exciting stories.
there was
Come
one
here,
thing
babe.
I wanted to start
Come
with.
here.
There was one thing I wanted to start with, which was a pickup and cleanup from last week. Last week, or not last week, but the last record.
Uh huh.
Christopher, hello, you handsome devil.
Handsome devil.
Handsome devil. Look at he looks so satisfied with himself. He's just like, yes. Um, Oreo's downstairs hanging out with Bob, so I don't have him up here today.
Okay,
Um,
that's fine.
I know, I'm sorry. He'll come up eventually. Um, so last time we recorded was right after. It was literally days after the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And
Yes,
we were very much like, "Oh my god, could anything be more staged and set up and blah blah blah."
yes.
And I would like to offer up a correction because it now turns out it was not a stage thing. We just had a real dummy who
Um,
decided he could try to, assassinate somebody. I don't know if he was directly after the president. I think he was
well,
after
what
anyone
if
in the
I
upper cabinet.
what if I told you it was still staged?
I would say we really shouldn't fall into the QAnon conspiracy theories that the right falls into, and that's a lot of what the left is doing about this, and it's
What if I
upsetting.
told you that his brother and his parents warned people that this was going to
Yes.
happen?
No, I was gonna bring that up. They knew it was going to happen. They let it happen,
Which is still
but
staged.
they didn't plan it. It's not like they hired him as a
They
stooge.
didn't
They knew
long
of an
term plan it,
existing correct. They knew of an existing plot and they decided to let it play out in the hopes it would work in their favor.
and that is still staged.
Okay, so the word staged, I'm going to say yes, we can still use staged. However, this is not something where it's not like the Baker, Pennsylvania thing where I
No,
think they
no,
actually paid that guy
yeah,
or they
mm-mm,
actually they recruited that guy.
yeah,
I don't think they did that with this. I
nope.
don't think this was a thing, but I do think
This was a happy circumstance for them.
I think and here's the thing, I can't even say whether or not the cabinet or the White House knew about it, but law enforcement knew about it. And so it is entirely possible that this was something put together by the security detail in conjunction with to say, "Hey, we know it's coming, so we'll be prepared," which is probably why the guy never even got onto the same floor as the correspondence
I'm
dinner. He was
curious.
on the floor above. He was
In
at the
the
top of the
video,
stairwell leading down.
in the video when he rushes in, he's fully clothed, but the pictures of his apprehension. He's shirtless. What happened?
I would imagine, and I'm gonna say this is an Occam's razor situation. I'm not gonna conspiracy theory this. I'm gonna say when they wrestled, when he tripped and fell on his own, they tackled him after he already fell. I think his shirt got stripped off in the tussle to handcuff him.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that
Also,
because it's very
I'd
Occam's
like to add
razor.
in the video, he had a shotgun, and yet the Secret Service agent was shot by a pistol bullet.
Yeah, there's still
That was not
some.
him that fired that.
No, and the shotgun, my understanding was loaded with buckshot. It wasn't even loaded with real bullets.
Right.
But I but
So
that is,
the
again,
agent who got shot
they are
wasn't shot by him.
it is still under, it is still under conversation that he may have been hit by friendly fire by another agent. And you know what? The guy didn't die, he wasn't injured, it hit his bulletproof vest, so I'm gonna say yay. I'm friendly fire or not, I'm glad nobody died. However, and so I'm gonna say that, but we even fell for the, "Oh my god, could this have been any more prearranged?" And I honestly think this is just a
Yes, we
kook.
did. Yeah, we did.
I honestly think this is just a kook. Now, am I going to also say that it is not surprising that our very opportunistic president and his staff took advantage of a potential situation in order to.
He was not in danger.
Yes. No. And this is very opportunistic, and honestly, not surprising that they decided to take full advantage of this. They've already milked the Charlie Kirk thing for as long as they can. They've already milked the Baker thing for as long as they can. They've already milked everything they could for as long as they can. This gave them something new to milk, and it gave them a chance to pressure for the
Well,
ballroom, which.
last week,
Hmm,
last week gave them something new. Now it's aliens and UFOs.
I didn't hear about that. I was in the Grand Canyon. I got no news last week.
Oh shit, girl!
Girl,
They
fill me in.
released they released hundreds, thousands of UFO cases of documented UFO cases. And the thing we learned is that the aliens are coming to Earth to say he's in the Epstein files. He rapes children.
Well, we knew that.
Yeah, but
I will say this, I did last night see clips of him with the children in the Oval Office because he's bringing back the presidential physical fitness thing that we used to do in the '80s. What's funny is my dad was like, "Hey, Trump's bringing back the presidential physical fitness," and I went, "All right, him first."
him first,
I said, "Him
and
first."
then Vance.
I remember doing those as a kid, and they were, I mean, I was very good at planks and doing the V-sit, but I was terrible at at the arm pulls, at the arm hangs. I couldn't do it. I had no upper body strength, and I never ran a mile underneath the limit they wanted us to do. Anyways, but he was in the Oval Office with those children, and I saw him be so incredibly awkward. And we're sitting there, and my dad goes, "This man has no concept of how to be around children." I said, "Dad, what's really upsetting is I'm watching this and I'm realizing the only time that he can interact around children is when he can be inappropriate with them. He has no concept of being appropriate around children, which means
Or a
he
father figure.
yeah, his I go, and this man's a grandfather, but the only time he can be comfortable around children is in when they're providing him a really gross service. And I go, it just his interactions with children and how awkward they are, and the looks on the children's faces, they're all like, "What the heck is this?" It just really, like, shoves home the point of the man can't be in the room with children if he has to be appropriate with them. He doesn't know how to function. And I'm just like, oh, it's so it gives me the ick, like, so much. Like, everyone was like, "Oh, Joe Biden sniffs children," when he was, like, hugging his granddaughter and putting his head on top of her, he was resting his chin on top of her head, in her hair. My mom still does that with me. My grandma and grandpa used to do that with me. That's a sign of affection. That's not inappropriate. He wasn't sniffing her hair. He was kissing the top of his granddaughter's head and offering comfort by hugging her and laying his head on her hair. And they were like, "He sniffs children,
Yep.
and he's so inappropriate around children." And then I see Donald Trump. He's so uncomfortable in the presence of children that it's like you're only comfortable around them when you can be inappropriate with them, and that is weird. If you can't be affectionate with a child in a way that is safe, if you cannot show affection to a child that is non-creepy and every interaction looks uncomfortable and forced because the only way you know how to be affectionate is to be sexual, then you have problems because human beings should be able to show different levels of affection. There is non-sexual affection, and that is what is appropriate for
He doesn't know
children.
what it is.
Yeah,
He
and
doesn't know
that's
what
what that tells
affection
me.
is.
He doesn't know how to be affectionate without being sexual, and that tells me that he just has no concept of just interacting with people. So that was the one thing I saw. No, you know me, I always vacation where there's no internet. I vacation where there's no internet. You can call me and I can sometimes send you a picture, but I can't get my email. I can't see no video. I can't get no news feeds. It's heaven. It's heaven.
And Christina can't get no satisfaction. Bum,
No.
bum, 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 bum.
But I wanted to start off with saying that on our last record, we definitely did teeter into conspiracy theory. And throughout the week, I've been catching up on like all my news podcasts and stuff. And as more and more stuff came out, I kept thinking, oh God, I totally took because it's so
You
easy to
know,
believe it's staged. It's so easy to believe it. So I'm not
I
faulting
felt the
anything.
same
I'm
way
just saying, hey, I get it.
when I saw his manifesto. I'm like, oh no, this is actually real. But then when I heard that pe- law enforcement was warned about this,
Yes.
they about his plan. This was all part of his plan. They didn't go to his hotel and stop him the night before.
No, and
No,
they knew
they
he checked in.
and if you look, there's a video of a service dog at that door right before he comes in. The dog knew something was up,
Mhm.
and then he just makes it through all those folks. No, no,
They just
it may
wanted the
not be
video
as
of him barreling through the checkpoints so they had
it
something to feed to Fox News.
it may not be as fake as a bullet to the ear, but it's still staged.
Yes. So there was that. I already mentioned that we went to the Grand Canyon and who all went. We road tripped, which good God, gas prices. And food prices, not gonna lie. But we planned this. This was part of my dad's Christmas gift, so we planned this pre-December. So we planned this when gas prices were normal. Um, it was a lot of time in the car driving out there and driving back, but the time we had at the Grand Canyon and that was phenomenal. We stayed we drove from San Jose to pick up my niece in the Central Valley, and then we drove straight through to Las Vegas. That was a long day in the car. But we got to Las Vegas. We stayed at the Marriott Residence Inn, and the reason we stayed at a Residence Inn is the one right by the convention center. The reason we stayed at the Residence Inn is because it is very hard to find dog-friendly accommodations when your dog weighs more than 40 pounds. Now, if you have a dog under 40 pounds, and if you have one of those tiny little dogs that's under like 25 pounds, you can stay in any hotel, anywhere. Like everyone will make accommodations if you have a very small dog. When you've got 55 pounds of big ass dog, there are very few places that will let you stay there. But the Marriott Residence Inn was like, yeah, we let you up dogs up to 100 pounds. And they just know that there's $100 refundable cleaning free fee in case of. And, um, and that if your dog is over 60 pounds, it's $160 fee or something. And I went, okay, yeah, no problem. No problem. My dog makes no messes inside. So, other than a little pet hair they had to vacuum up, he was fine. My boy's pretty good about that. We had some scary times, but when he first was getting used to the house, but no, he's very insistent on he poops outside. And so we stayed at the
I
Marriott
wish
Residence
Gus
Inn.
would.
sorry. We stayed at the Marriott residence, and when we pulled in on Sunday night, there was a giant banner on the Las Vegas Convention Center for MagicCon. The giant Magic the Gathering convention was happening. And so there were nerd boys,
Mm.
Magic the Gathering nerd boys all over, and girls, nerd boys and nerd girls, all over our residencing because it was walking distance to the con. And the con was letting out. It had finished. The last day was that Sunday. So Monday morning was when we went to breakfast was when like everyone was checking out. Everybody was checking out. So that was kind of fun to see. And then that night after we got there, we went down to Fremont Street. My parents had never been to Las Vegas. And so we basically said
Oh,
to
I
them,
love Fremont Street.
"What do you want to see?" And my dad said, "I want to see Fremont Street. I've heard about it for years and years and years and years. Never seen it. I'd like to see it." Okay, great. I warned him. I said, "A lot of drunk people. There's going to be a lot of cigarette smoke. There's going to be a lot of stuff that you just don't care for. So please understand." I said, "And we're going to have Amaya with us. So we need to keep Amaya. Someone needs to have a hold hands with Amaya the whole time because I don't want to lose her in the crowd." And I had Oreo. So I was controlling the dog, and it was, "You guys have to keep track of the girl, the baby." And they were like, "Great. Okay." So here's us. You are totally going to laugh at this because you went to New Orleans, right? You went to Pride 48 in New Orleans, right? No?
No, I've been to New
Shoot.
Orleans, but didn't go to Pride 48 there.
When we were at Pride 48 in New Orleans, we were wandering around the French Quarter late at night, and there was just drunken, half-naked people everywhere. The thing that stood out to us the most were these families with little kids or baby strollers where they had like 6-year-olds, and they were just looking like, "Oh my God." And we're like, "Why would you think bringing your family to the French Quarter at 10:30 at night was like an appropriate family event?" There was like half naked drunk boys. There was people getting blown in the side alley. Like it was fun, but it was not for children. And so we kind of left like these families with like little kids. And I'm thinking, you are in the wrong part of New Orleans. If you think the French Quarter, at midnight is good for you and your kids, like, no, no. That's kinda how I felt when we were on Fremont Street because here we are, my mom is snapping pictures of everything. My father is looking at all the lights above the displays and the lights and stuff. They're
Yeah.
holding on to my niece who's in between them. So there's this little 8-year-old between her grandma and grandpa who total tourist. My husband's walking around with a giant Nikon camera strapped to his chest as he's snapping all sorts of pictures, looking like the ultimate tourist. And I'm just strolling along walking my dog. And I also look like a tourist, don't get me wrong. But it's like I'm looking around and I'm going, "Could we look any more touristy? Could we possibly look any more touristy?" And there was at one point there was a section where there were some security guard people standing on the sidewalk and they were directing people to go to the sides because somebody had vomited in the middle of the sidewalk. And of course, my mom and my dad are like, "What's that?" I go, "It's vomit, mom. You just don't walk there. Don't walk." And it was just this whole thing. And then, so we walk all the way down Fremont Street. We turn at the end and we're going to walk all the way back. Now, the original plan was to find somewhere to eat dinner that had outdoor seating so the dog could sit with us. And too loud, live DJs, music everywhere. Couldn't hear a thing that anybody was saying, couldn't find anything that didn't have like a giant um like bar. "Hi, Bubby, what's wrong?" I think we need to let the
Nothing.
dog
I'm just
outside.
listening to your story.
I know you guys are going to go for a walk with me because I think the dog needs to go outside and I don't think anyone else is around. So you're going to get a tour through my house. Hi.
I know
Hi,
that house.
Cookie. Do you need to go outside? Oh, is it Poppy? No, you can't yell at Poppy. No,
Hi, Oreo.
Oreo? No, no yelling at Poppy. Oh, well, he's okay. No, no, no. He wants to yell at the neighbor's dog.
I don't blame him.
Actually,
I would too.
ready? I might lose my internet. You're gonna see this. Hey! Can you guys see him going nuts?
I love that gazebo.
Oreo! Hey!
There he
Oreo!
is.
Oreo! Inside! Inside! Oreo! Hey! Hey! I'm gonna yell at my dog now. Oreo! Oreo! Inside! Inside! Sorry, you guys had to watch me discipline my dog. Inside! I I know you were right, but my house is a mess. Say hi to Dad. Hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
Yeah, it's Scott and the internet. Dad says, "Hey, Scott. Hello, internet." Okay. Hey, come on. Oh, who loves my artwork?
Oh,
Aren't they beautiful?
they are.
I love them. I love them. Look at wait. Upstairs. Come on. Look at her. This is my wall of female-centric art. It's in my house. I love it. Hi, babe.
Male-centric art. Hi, Bob.
You guys are
Wait,
seeing
wait.
how.
Go back to Bob. Go back to
Wait, I
Bob.
have to go back to Bob. I'm being told to go back to Bob. You guys are seeing how dirty my house is.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, that's for all of our gay male listeners.
Okay, Bob, he did a 5-second countdown while you hugged everybody, and he said that's for all the gay male listeners. All right, he says there we go. He says y'all get a Bob hug. Sorry.
Don't be
Good
sorry.
Lord. Oh, okay. You did the world didn't need to see that much of my dirty house. It's
Do I
so
need to take my
cluttered.
laptop to my house now?
Huh? You don't have to, but let me plug mine in so we don't lose power. Okay. So we walked Fremont Street. We ended
My
up
turn. Good. Okay. Look at my. I put shelves up in my game room,
oh, hey,
and I put the games away,
we love organization.
and I'm working on my Lego haunted mansion.
I saw the pictures.
I'm halfway done.
I'm
Okay.
so excited.
Bum, 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 bum. Where else? Here we go. Bum, 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 bum. No, not to the living room. Nope. Nope. But you know where we will? You went to your backyard. Excuse me, guys, cat. You coming out too? Look at that fat ass. Look at that fat kitten ass. That's my backyard.
It's very
Isn't
pixelated
that
because your
pretty?
internet is very much doing a thing, but you have a great
Oh,
backyard.
damn it.
Um, so
Ugh.
we were looking for a place
All
to
right,
eat.
now, while you're talking, I'm going to take a nap.
Okay,
That's a lot of work.
I'm so sorry. We were looking for a place to eat. We couldn't find anything that was,
Yeah.
you know, just a place to sit down. It was just it's a lot of it's Fremont Street. The best part though, the funniest part, not the best, but the funniest part, the part that made me kind of loll inside a bit was uh there are street performers out in Fremont Street. Some of
Yes.
them are really cool. Like there was the guy who's all painted to look like a statue and he's dressed like a sheriff and he's all in stone gray and he's very cool and he was doing the statue posing and he was great. But then there's things like, well, and then there's the showgirls in the feather showgirl outfits which are risque but not dirty in any way. They're costume, very pretty, very appropriate, bright green feathers, gorgeous. And then you get near the nudie club, and there are girls in cutoff jean booty shorts and no top with pasties on their nipples that are red, white, and blue flags wearing cowboy hats. And they're out there topless with their pasties on. And they're there to take pictures with the men on the street and get people to go into the club. And so we're walking by the topless women, which is no problem for my niece. My niece is like, girls have boobies, big deal. Um, but my father is like, "They're just out on the sidewalk." And I go, "Uh-huh, this is allowed here. This is the nipples are covered, so technically they're covered." And he was just like, "Okay." And then the next two girls we walk past are wearing dominatrix outfits of black leather, and they are holding whips. And my father's like, he just looks and keeps walking. And I'm just like, here's the thing. My father is by no means a prude at all. He's not. He is very boomer in some of his ideas. And so, like, he's very cool and he's very much like do what you like as long as you're not hurting anybody. But he's also like, isn't there a proper, way to handle yourself in society? So we get back to where the car's parked, and I'm just like, I don't think we're gonna find anything to eat on Fremont Street. Are you guys okay with us going somewhere else? And my mom was like, to be honest with you, I'm okay with getting takeout and taking it back to the hotel room because I would really like to just sit down and put my feet up and I'm a little tired. And I was like, okay, cool. So we ended up going to like a Panda Express and getting takeout. And then we went back to the room and we all just sort of had a picnic in the living room. And it was a nice family event and everything. And I was like, so what'd you think of Fremont Street? My dad's like, well, I've seen it.
Were the
And
Magic Mike boys out? The Thunder from Down Under boys?
yes, they were very handsome shirtless duos with 8 packs. They were gorgeous, gorgeous. One of them gave my dog a look like, "That's a nice dog." So Oreo drew attention everywhere Oreo went. By the time we got to the Grand Canyon, he had a fan club. So that was fun. I'll tell about that. Mm. But we also said we wanted them to see the strip. But at that point, we were too tired to walk the
Da
strip.
da 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 da
Talk to me in a
da.
Nazi accent.
Boom, boom, boom. There's your strip.
Thank you.
Uh
Um,
huh.
so what we decided was we did Fremont Street. So on the way back, we were staying at the same residence inn for our stopover on the way home. So we would do the strip the night, on the way
Strip.
back.
Da da
Ha ha ha,
da
you funny.
da da.
Um, so so that's what we decided to do. So then on the way home, when we stayed, I'm gonna just get Vegas out of the way now. On the way home, we stopped at Vegas again for the one night stay over on the trip home. We stayed at the same residence inn, but this time we drove down to the MGM Grand. We parked at the MGM Grand, and
Oh,
then
okay.
we walked the strip to the Bellagio, and we walked outside on the sidewalk. It was a bit of a ways.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It wasn't super, super long, but it was a bit of a ways. We were
Yeah,
right by the Coca-Cola Museum.
I remember it's a longer walk than you expect it's going to be.
It very much is. But all we wanted to see was the Bellagio fountain show. That's it. That's all they wanted to see. Because really, they don't do the
So
pirate show
sad.
anymore.
No, so sad they missed the beauty that was the pirate show.
They don't
Oh
do it anymore, or
God,
else I would have said, "Hey, we
God.
have another thing to see," but they don't do them
Those
anymore.
kids should have been nominated for a Tony Award. That show was so
You
good.
are so funny. Um, so we went down, we stood outside the Bellagio. I warned them about the street characters. I was like, "Look, they're gonna offer to pose for a photo with you." I said, "If you take them up on that offer, they're gonna then ask for tips." Because this is their job. This is what they do for money. They take pictures with you on the street for money. I said, so do not stop. Do not take a photo with them. Do not do any of that unless you're going to drop them a five. And my dad's like, I don't need any of that. And I said, I know, but mommy likes to talk to people on the street. So please be
Yeah,
aware that she's going to stop and they're going to be like, would you like a picture? And she'll be like, yeah. And then they're going to be like, just so you know, I work for tips. You have to pay me for this. I said, so it's just easier to say, no, thank you, and keep walking. And damned if we didn't get to a street corner and there's Darth Vader. And my mom's like, oh, Darth Vader. And she puts her phone up to take. I was like, nope. I said, if you take a picture of them, you have to pay them. She was like, and I was like, right. So, no, it's a very good Darth Vader costume, though.
God damn, I
Um,
love your mother so much.
right. So then we got to see the Bellagio fountain show, and I forget what we had for dinner that night. I don't care. It was food. We had food for dinner that night. Oh, I know. We went to Lazy Dog. We found a Lazy Dog out on the outskirts of Vegas, and we went to Lazy Dog. Lazy Dog is a restaurant that has an outdoor patio you can eat on, and your dogs are welcome. So the dog got to go with us to dinner. They also have a dog menu, so you can feed your dog while you're also eating. So,
The last time I went to Vegas and I met Amy there
mhm.
from the Grits to Glitz podcast, on our first night, she took me to this great uh, barbecue place that had some really melt off the bone ribs. And then the second night, oh, no, no. First night was Peppermill because I begged to go to Peppermill
I
because
love the peppermill.
it's the tackiest thing in the planet. I love it so much. And the food's good. Then was the barbecue. And then the third night, she took me to a pizza place where I got it just came up in my feed. It was a balsamic vinegar and something, and oh, it was just so good.
Oh, I bet.
I never thought of putting balsamic vinegar on a pizza, but fuck all if it wasn't tasty.
That sounds good. We it was a good time. We had a good time. When we left Vegas the first day on the way out, we stopped at the Hoover Dam. These are all places my parents had never been. So we stopped at the Hoover Dam.
Have
We
you
got to
been there
see.
before?
I had been there before. I've been to
I-
Vegas, Hoover Dam, and Grand Canyon before. This was all first
Is
time for
the
mom and
Hoover
dad.
Dam not the most impressive fucking thing on the planet?
I am a huge fan of Art Deco architecture. So I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I love Art Deco
I,
architecture.
I'm so pissed
I
off I never
am a
got back
hu
to take a tour. I really wish I could have taken a tour.
I have never taken the tour, and I couldn't this time because I had the dog. Um, but you put me in a building or a structure that was made in the 30s, 20s, 30s with the Art Deco.
I don't think it's Art Deco.
If it looks like Elliot Ness walked through it, I love it. I am such a fan of Art Deco architecture. I love it
I
so
have to go
much.
back and look. It may not be Art Deco. It may be Art Nouveau.
What?
The Hoover Dam.
I believe it's Art Deco because it had Art Deco all over the signs.
I'd have to go back and look.
Yeah, I
But
don't know. All I'm telling you is I'm a huge fan of all that. I love that
okay,
very gothic-y, empire-y look. I love it in Batman movies with to make it look like Gotham. I loved it when I saw it in Chicago. I loved it when I walked into the building that my college was in. My business school is in an Art Deco former FBI office building in Indiana. It was the court seat for the federal district for a very long time, and it has a post office on the first floor that is all from like the 1930s. And you walk in and it literally looks like something out of a gangster movie. I fucking love that kind of architecture. I am always and forever a huge fan of that architecture, and I just love I'm very into art deco, art nouveau sort of stuff. I love that shit. So I love
mm,
the architecture of
you are
the
right. It is Art Deco.
I only know that because it was on all the signs. I wouldn't have but I love that very empire Chicago 1930s Untouchables era look. I love that is an era that I like because I love men's fashion from that time period. I love women's fashion from that time period. I just that is a look that very much melts with me. Like it's very classy, it's very chic, it's very I know that it's dark and seedy and it's gangsters and Tommy guns and pinstripes and I don't care. I fucking love it. I do. I love it. It is a look that I enjoy. I love the soft yellow lighting. I love the golden glow on everything. I love the intricate tile work. I love really beautiful inlay. I I love wallpaper. I just really love all of that shit. I love dark colors and moodiness. I love it. I love it. So yeah. So
Christina,
yes. Mhm.
I'm not sure. Do you like Art Deco?
I do. I
Okay.
do. I do. Um So I'm a fan. Let's just say I'm a fan. Um, if I was rich, you would know because I would literally my house would look like it stepped out of the 1930s.
You're a fan.
I'm
I'm a fan.
yes, you are. So we went to the Hoover Dam, and so originally the signs all say no dogs allowed to walk across the dam, service animals only. So I was like, hey, I've already walked the dam. I've seen it. I've been there. There's a certain point that you can walk your dog to. And then after that, you're out on the dam and there's no go. So I said, you guys go. Bob went with them. I said, I'll stay here with the dog. But then as I'm standing there, right, and we're hanging out, people are stopping, asking if they could pet the dog. I'm like, yes, his name is Oreo. He's people friendly, Oreo's getting like all the pets. And it's all women. The number of women, what can I pet your dog? Absolutely. And then once a woman comes up and asks, suddenly everybody's asking, right? And brave women. I love them. And then but then the guards were there, and even the guards, the security people were like petting the dog, and I was like, yeah, it says no dog, and they're like, as long as he doesn't try to jump off the side of the bridge, you're fine. And I was like, oh, okay. So they were like, as long as you can control him on the leash, so he's not trying to launch himself after a squirrel or something. And I'm like, oh, he doesn't chase squirrels. I said, but he does act up if he sees another dog. And then right at that time, we see a little Scotty dog come walking across the bridge or walking across the dam with their person, and he gets very barky, but he stays by my side. And they walk past and everything's fine. And they were like, yeah, you've got control of him. So I was like, cool, because my family's coming back, so I'll meet them. So I get about halfway down and I see them across the street and I'm like, hey. And everyone is seeing me with the dog who's being an angel, right? And they're just like, brave puppy walking across the dam. And he's just walking along and he's sniffing around and he's looking around and he's doing the thing. And he's just like, hey, look at all the people, you know? And then we get about halfway and my family's across the street. So I wait and then we for traffic and then we cross and then I walk the rest of the way back with them. And they're just like, and I said, the guards were like, "No problem." So I decided to come meet you guys. Um, when we get back, my niece and my mom want to go into the gift shop because my niece wants to buy a souvenir and she had her own money and everything. And we were like, yeah, okay. So I told my mom, I said, take her into the gift shop. My dad was on the hunt for a bathroom. And then I was like, I'm going to sit here on the steps outside the gift shop with the dog and I'm just going to wait here. Bob was taking some pictures because he knows I love the architecture. So he wanted to get some photos of like the architectural features without people in them
Because it's Art Deco.
because it's Art Deco. I'm sorry. I literally should be in the 1930s. I wouldn't survive the 1930s, but I know it's terrible. It's terrible to romanticize an era of violence, but I do. So
When is it an era of violence?
I know, I know, I know.
So if we can go back in time for fashion and architecture, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Right? So I'm sitting there with the dog, right? This young family comes up, mom, dad, and a little boy who could not be more than 2 years old. Like he's just to the point where he's like walking on his own, right? And he sees us and he makes a beeline for Oreo. Just a just straight ahead. And mom's like, no, 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 no. And I see the mom looking nervous because of course Oreo's just standing solid on all fours, looking very statuesque. But he's not little, and he's beautiful, but not friendly looking.
No, he is a little mean looking,
He's scary looking, but he's gorgeous. I don't
and
know how
and
else to put it.
and he's a cupcake. Is what he is.
Right. So I see her and I go, he's absolutely 100% kid friendly. Your baby is safe. And she was like, he is? Yeah, yeah, he loves kids. He's very gentle. Your baby's fine. And she was like, okay. She goes, okay. She said we can pet doggy. And the kid hadn't stopped yet. He was, bah, 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 bah. He comes straight up, big doggy, wraps his arms around Oreo's neck and just leans on him like this. And Oreo just
Oh
stands there while this toddler is hugging him. And he's just like, and his tail just starts to go a little bit like waggy, just very softly, but he stays stock still so that he doesn't knock the kid off. He's very careful not to knock the kid off of his balance. And he just stands there, and the kid's just like hanging on him, doggy. petting him, and I go, "He's a very big doggy." I said, "His name is Oreo." And he goes, "Oreo." Oro. And then, it was so funny because, the mom was just like, "He loves dogs, thank you so much." I said, "No, my dog loves kids. You have no idea. He loves this. He loves this. Thank you, because he doesn't." I said, "A lot of parents pull their kids away, because he's so large, but he's a wonder with children. He loves children. So please know you're making his day just as much." And so they were like, so mom and dad and everybody, she's like, "His ears are so soft." I said, "Yes, he got a bath before we took this trip." And the little boy's petting him and he gave him a kiss. And Oreo gave him a little lick on the face. And I said, "He's a licky dog. He'll lick your face." And the little boy's laughing. And like they were best friends. And then so mom thanked me and dad, said thank you. And I said, "Yeah, no problem. Absolutely." And then they were like, "Okay, it's time to go into the gift shop." And little boy didn't wanna leave. He was like, I'm here with my friend, my best friend, the dog. I'm here with Doggy." And he's just looking at his mom like, "What do you mean shopping? I don't toys, what are those? No, Doggy." And he's just petting Oreo like this as he's just standing next to him petting him like this as he looks at his mother like, "What do you mean shopping? I don't want shopping." So they had to take him away, and she was just like, "Thank you so." I was like, "Absolutely." And so we had a lot of fans. A lot of people stopped and asked what breed he was. I was very clear to say he was primarily American Pit Bull mixed with Australian Cattle Dog. But I wanted it to be known this is a pitty because I wanted them to know pitties are not dangerous. Pitties are not scary. Pitties are, can be, if raised properly and properly socialized, can be very lovely. I met a woman at the Grand Canyon from England, and when she asked me his breeds, I said he's American Pit Bull mixed with Australian Cattle Dog. She was just like, "Really, Pit Bull?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah." I said primarily pit bull, like 70% pit bull and then like 30% Australian cattle dog. And she was like, "I saw the cattle dog because of the spots." And I said, "Yes, that's where the spots come from. But the rest of him is all pure pity." And she was just like, "Interesting." So,
Sean loves pit bulls, so if we ever get a dog,
mhm,
it'll most likely be a pit bull.
honestly, the best goofy couch potato house hippos ever. So that was the Hoover Dam. And then we got to the Grand Canyon. We stayed in a lodge, the Yavapai Lodge, which is near the big market area, because it was dog friendly accommodations. They go all out. The room has um, no carpeting. It's all hard floors, so it makes it easy if something happens to clean up. There's a dog cage. There's a dog
Oh,
crate in the room in the event you want to crate your dog at night if that's how they're
oh,
comfortable sleeping. Our dog sleeps on our bed, so we didn't crate him. We use the crate to hold our luggage. But but there is a dog crate already in the room. The rooms are all first floor and the doors open out onto a wooded area, and there are stands with dog poop bag dispensers and trash cans outside every few doors. And then while you're wandering through the wooded area, there's random chairs and like Adirondack wood chairs, and there's more poop bag stations and stuff. So even if it's the middle of the night and you don't have your poop bags with you, you can get a hold of what you need to clean up after your dog. They had staff that came by uh, daily in the early mornings to clear out the trash cans. So whatever you filled in the night before got hauled away the next day. Um, and everything was very walkable in that area of the camp. So it was very easy to walk your dog around. It was
cool.
a really cool setup, and it's the only dog friendly lodge in the park. So, and it's so cute because the little doormats that are in front of your room have a little wiener dog on them. It's so cute. They're so cute. Um, the rooms are comfortable if noisy. They're noisy, like, because I mean, nature's noisy. In the middle of the night when the heater kicks in, you hear the heater kicking in, and stuff like that, or the AC, depending on what you had on. We had the heater on that first night because it was cold and rainy at the Grand Canyon. It was only in the 50s most of the day, and it got down to 38 degrees at night. So it was absolutely not shorts weather at the Grand Canyon. It was sweats and jeans weather and sweatshirt weather. Um, so yeah, yeah, we walked along the rim. My father got to see the Grand Canyon. He was just like,
The rim.
"Huh?"
You said rim.
Oh, yes, we rimmed the Grand Canyon. Is that what you were waiting for? Um,
It's a big old opening to rim. I'll tell you that much.
we called it the crack in the ground trip, the crack trip. Um, but my father was just like, "That's," he goes, "This is," and my mom was like, "Pictures don't do it justice. Like you see pictures and video, and you see it on screen, and you see postcards of it, and
That's how I
e
felt about Niagara Falls.
yeah, even even like you know it's majestic, but when you're standing in front of it, it is absolutely one of those things you need to see in person at least once because nothing does it justice. Nothing. It's so much cooler when you're standing in front of it and you're just like, that is fucking phenomenal. So we did that. We hiked the geological trail that goes to the geological museum, which talks about all the millions of years that made the levels and layers, and it has bits of stone from each of the layers that you can touch, so you can feel the levels of stone and what makes up the canyon. And it was a lovely learning
Hard to
experience for my niece.
hard to believe that was all created by road runners. Just going back and forth, back and
Sure.
forth. That's what created the Grand Canyon.
Uh-huh.
A lot of
I
people don't know that.
I taught my niece the proper thing about how it was carved out by water, by glaciers and ice and water, with wind doing the final touches on
No,
it.
it wasn't. It's a desert.
Um,
It's a desert.
it
It was
used to
road
be a
runners.
sea. We actually got to see the fossils embedded in the layers where there used to be a tropical sea. Um, so we did the whole thing. We
Fake news. Fake news.
The beautiful thing was the dining area at Yavapai, because it is dog friendly. The dining areas are dog
Dinosaurs?
friendly as well. Hmm?
The dinosaurs?
There was no dinosaurs.
You just said it was the dinosaurs.
I said the dining hall.
Oh, damn.
The dining hall
I was
at the
if
Yavapai Lodge
hoping you were saying they were dinosaurs.
allows dogs. And so that
Well, I
first
should
night,
hope so.
well, it's interesting how little places allow dogs inside. Even when they say they're dog friendly, they're like, "Yeah, but they can't come in." I'm like, "Okay." Um, but the dining hall lets you bring the dog in as long as the dog is behaved, of course, and it has a dog
Is
menu.
it is it a restaurant or like a cafeteria?
It's both. There's a place called the Tea Room, which is like a restaurant where they serve you. That's where we had dinner the first night, but then the next day they have the dining hall, which is more of a cafeteria. You walk up and it has like there's a buffet, but then there's also like you can order meals directly off the menu. They bring it, they you put it on your tray and you take it to your table.
When I was working in Yosemite, once a week I'd go to the Yosemite Lodge because of their cafeteria slash buffet. Ah, I just loved it so much.
They have a fantastic breakfast. It's a fantastic breakfast. Um,
Bet they do.
we ate the first night in the tea room. There's also a tavern, and the tavern has outdoor seating, but it was too cold. Um, so we ate in the tea room, and Oreo just laid under our table, and he ate his dinner, and he was very quiet. He was very just like chill and chilled out under the table while we
What
all
did
had
he have?
dinner. They he had a puppy cheeseburger. It was 8 ounces of beef patty, and it had cheddar cheese on it. And then it also came with some seasoned carrots and small potatoes. Seasoned
God damn, that sounds good.
dog friendly seasoning. So no garlic, no onion. It was just, whatever was available for dogs. But it's all done to dog palate. Uh, we found out
Nice.
that carrots do
Classy.
not agree with him, because the next day
Did
when
he
he
get
pooped,
farty?
well, no, but the next day when he pooped, all the carrots were undigested in the poop, but everything else was good. He was not a fan of potatoes. He ate around the potatoes. So he likes the beef and the cheese, but that's it. He's not a vegetable dog. Uh, so um, so there was that. Uh, he but we were leaving, and when we got up, he came out from under the table, and the diners who were next to us were like, "Can we tell you, he is so wonderfully behaved. We didn't even know he was there until he moved at one point." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." I said, "He's not used to being out in public. This is actually his first time being allowed in a dining establishment." And they were just like, "Seriously?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're trying to socialize him and get him used to being a part of the outside world so he can go to more events with us. This was a test run." And they were like, "He did wonderfully. Like, he's just so wonderful." And I'm just like, "Thank you so much." So we got a lot of compliments on him and his behavior. He did run into some other dogs. He did get very barky and crazy, but it- they were all dog owners who understood. In fact, one of the dog owners also had a reactive dog. And so we knew we would see each other on the path and we'd be like, "Hey, friend." And we'd just move off to the sides and do like a wide thing around each other and then keep walking. It was like we were waving from afar. We're like, "Hey." You um, he had a fan club. There were people who met him that first night who we ran into the next day and the next evening, who, when they saw him, were like, "Oh, hey, how are you?" And they'd stop to give him a pet and then they'd keep walking. And I'm just like, there were times on the trail where I would get separated from the rest of the family because the Oreo fan club happened to pass by and we would have to stop so they could give him pets and love. And my family's walking, and then I'd catch up to them at the next lookout spot and they just look at me. I go, "Oreo fan club." And they were like, "Oh, okay, okay." so, um, so yeah,
Well, it
we had a
doesn't
good
hurt. He's
time.
got a really memorable name.
Yes, and one girl from South America was visiting. Mom and 3 daughters were visiting from South America. I don't remember which country, but she was saying, "I have a dog named Oreo too." And so she was so happy
Oh,
to find out his name is, or her dog is Little. She has like a little Pekingese, like small doggy. But the number of people who walked up to us and were like, "Can I pet your dog because I'm missing mine?" And I was like, "Of course you can."
oh,
So many people were like, "I didn't know I could bring my dog." And I was like, "You can, but there's limitations on where they can go." So yeah, one woman was from overseas. She was like, "I'm not putting my dog on a plane." And I was like, "No, I understand that completely." But yeah, so he had a fan club and but we were all home by Thursday night. And Friday was just lots of laundry and cleaning. Yesterday we returned the rental, and I've just been trying to catch up on rest. Tomorrow I go back to work, back to the grind. I am afraid to see what my email looks like.
how long were you gone? A week?
I was gone a week. We left on Sunday, we came back on Thursday, and I don't go back to work until Monday. My mom was smart. She's off until Wednesday. She took all of it off. Oh, I
Smart
did do one thing
lady.
for Mother's Day Friday morning. I took my mother to a Japanese head spa, and we did that thing where they wash your hair for you, where you get a full back massage, you get a full shoulder massage, neck massage, you get a facial with a lymphatic massage of your face, and then they do this thing where they do a scalp detox, and then they scrub your scalp, and then they do a moisture mask treatment with the steam. So it's an hour and a half of just laying there while they steam you and do a pack on your hair, and you get like a full massage. I'm very sore, but it was so worth it, and it was heaven for my mama.
That sounds like heaven.
If you can find one out
I
near
would try
you,
that.
they just look for a head spa. It's called a head spa. It sounds dirty. It is not.
Around here, most of them are head spas.
Well, this one is not. This is a lovely, lovely salon. It was very professional and it's not far from my house. So I'm very excited to find out it exists, but it's not cheap. So it's not something I can go to all the time, but it was really nice to do it as like a Mother's Day thing.
Yeah, that sounds
So
nice.
so we did that and I'm yeah, we're feeling really good. We did a lot of really cool things. Um there is a sweatshirt style that we found when we were at Mount Rushmore that I fell in love with. And this was like 3 years ago. And then when we left Mount Rushmore, when we were at Yellowstone, oh, crying. You can't go out and yell at Puppy. He's whining at me. When we got to Yellowstone, I found the exact same style of sweatshirt for Yellowstone. And we've been looking around everywhere like, oh my God, because Bob and I have now decided we're going to make a collection of these sweatshirts, right? And then I'll show this to you. Oh, talk amongst yourselves while I go to my closet because my this is being upsetting. Talk about something.
Chimichanga. I'm going to talk about something. Oh, lordy. uh, I'm sad that Christina's going to miss this. I was on the Facebook. Um, Gus is 10 and a half years old. Mouse on my back porch mat, which means he had to take it up the stairs and drop it off by the back door. And I've not known him to hunt before, ever. Not, I can't think of any time in Monterey that he hunted. I don't know. Maybe the local possum or raccoon dropped it off to make friends. I don't know, but all evidence points it's Gus who hunted down a mouse and left a gift for us out on the back porch. And I was just like, well, there you go. He's no longer a pampered California cat. He's now a Pittsburgh
I
cat. I
found it.
fully expect him to wear a Steelers jersey at any point. I'm talking amongst myself.
You're talking about football, which is awesome. Okay.
No, I'm talking about my cat.
Oh. So then we got to the Grand Canyon
Yeah.
and I found the exact same style in the
Well,
Grand
what are
Canyon.
the other styles?
So it looks exactly like this, same style, except it says Yellowstone, and then there's one that says Mount Rushmore. But it's the same 70s style.
What is the number on the top right?
The year. This style was created in 2019.
Ah. And on the Rushmore, is it Mount Rushmore and not just some random mountains?
Yes, Bob, can you bring me the Mount Rushmore sweatshirt? Do you have it? I'm doing like,
And I want to see the Yellowstone too.
oh shit. And the
Yeah,
Yellowstone, are they in the
you should have
closet
known.
in there? It's in a different room. It's in a different room.
Don't tell me that Bob's going to hunt them down and come out of the closet with
Bob
them.
probably didn't even hear a word I said. He didn't listen, and
All right, we're moving on.
you're
We're
now
moving
going
on.
into the office with
Nope,
me.
we're moving on.
No,
Moving on.
no. Yeah, see, Bob's
You
laying on the
already
guest
missed my
bed
pet
taking a
story.
nap. Okay.
Is
Are
he
the other
naked?
two sweatshirts in here, babe? They are. Here they are.
Is he naked?
No, he's not naked. Here's Mount Rushmore.
Oh,
I'm going to do
yeah.
this.
Okay. Yeah. It
See?
doesn't have the number.
No, this one doesn't have the number. Where's the Yellowstone one?
Burn them. Ah!
Where's the Yellowstone sweatshirt?
Wow.
Where is it's not. You wear the Yellowstone one more than I do. It's not. It's not in my closet. I've looked. There's Mount Rushmore. That's the not. Ah, here it is. It was right in front of my face and I didn't see it. Yellowstone. And Scott's sound went out. He muted himself. I don't know.
Why doesn't it have a geyser? It should have a geyser.
It has a
What?
bison.
I'm not muted.
No, I can hear you now. The lag is crazy. It has a bison. Anyways,
How how do you know he's bi?
um, we have a tradition. Whenever we go somewhere, I collect hoodies.
It could be a gay son.
It could be a gay son. I collect hoodies. So I have hoodies for every national park I've ever been to,
Uh-huh.
and then every airport I've ever been to. I run into the Hudson News and I buy a cheesy sweatshirt. That is what I do. That is my touristy thing. So this closet in the guest bedroom is literally just our hoodie closet. It's where I put all my hoodies. This is the newest one that I picked up at the Grand Canyon. Um, and then we have a bunch of swim team ones, lots of swim team ones. Uh, and then I have the ones that Bob gets as gifts for his swimmers when they go off to college. But I have a hoodie collection. So that's my touristy thing. So Bob is now upset with me because I keep buying hoodies and he's like, we're running out of room in the closet. And he's not wrong. We're running out of room in the closet. There's nothing on your screen, it's black. He's trying to show me things and his screen is black. Why? Bob is ordering chocolate peanut butter trail mix. Do you want it's gonna okay. You want you want to up you want to spike your A1C and your diabetes and all of that. Okay. No one needs to see this much of my house. Y'all didn't need to see this much of my house. Okay. Anyways, yeah. But I'm very excited that I got my hoodie.
Yay!
So excited. I can't wait to wear it. Sorry. I'm giving people motion sickness is what I'm doing. So, what do you have in the news since it's been more than an hour and I'm sure you're ready to go?
I already told my pet story.
You told your pet story?
Uh, yep, yep. You told me to make time. I told my pet story. That's about it.
I appreciate you doing that for me. Thank you. Um, I got to cosplay being a parent for a week. I did an okay job. My sister says I did well. My niece got returned unharmed and with all of her homework done, so she didn't fall behind in class. I got to sit down and do
Good.
homework with my niece every night, which was fun. I learned how they're teaching math now. It's it's bizarre.
No, we don't need to go there. Nope.
No, it's in stages.
Moving
I'm
on.
not used to it, but it's fine. It's not bad. It's just they broke it out into more stages than I'm used to now. And then pretty much I've been catching up on the news. The Rights Act is toast. Tennessee has moved to go back to pre-civil rights era. Louisiana's doing the same thing. I'm pretty sure Georgia and Virginia are going to follow suit. I I just I I get that I'm a white lady of a very privileged background. I get that I live in a very white bubble. I get that I do not understand what it is to grow up as a person of color and live as a black person or a person of color in this nation. I will forever and always understand that I don't understand that from like a molecular level because I will never experience it the way a black woman will experience it or a black man for that matter or even a Latino person or anything, a Hispanic person, whatever, Asian, whatever it is. But I just, as stupid as this sounds coming out of my mouth, I do not understand racism. I don't understand disliking and wanting to suppress a whole people based on how tan they get or how much melanin is in their skin or what their facial structure is. I I don't get it. I just don't. Like, it's beyond my level of comprehension, and I'm going to forever tell you that I am an idiot who will never get it. Because I don't care what race or ethnicity or background you are. If you're a if you're a decent human being, I'm going to treat you like every other decent human being. Like, if you're a shithead, I'm going to treat you like a shithead. But if you're just a person on the street living your life, I don't understand. And I feel like a child trying to comprehend it when I just don't. I don't comprehend it, and I don't know if I ever will. And it makes me feel stupid. It makes me feel like I should be more informed, and I'm pretty well informed, I would like to think. I'm not an expert at this by any stretch of the imagination, but I listen and pay attention, and I do not understand the mindset of these people. The video of the Tennessee legislature, state legislature members, all those old white people cackling as they shut the door in the face of their black constituents in order to vote.
I know, but she's talking.
I'm sorry, in order to vote to take it back
Keep
to
going.
pre-civil rights. I don't understand them. What are they gleeful about? What? What? What is this accomplishing? It's not accomplishing anything. And that's where I'm at. So that's where I'm at in this week's news. I don't get why people, hi, momos. Yes. I see, Gustafer doesn't get it either. Gustafer is with me. He doesn't understand racism either. I don't understand why I don't understand hate for black people. I don't understand it. I don't understand.
And I don't think you understand it.
Explain it to me, please. You're smarter than me. Please explain.
Oh, there's nothing to understand. People are fucking idiots, and you
But
don't understand it, and I don't understand it, and anybody who isn't a fucking racist understands it. So I'm just gonna let you keep venting.
I need someone to explain it to me because I don't understand it.
Ain't
And
nobody going to explain it to you to make you happy.
oh, a whole legislature of people,
Yep,
they're like, we're just gonna. I want I want revenge. I want punishment for those people.
ain't gonna happen.
I want those states to suffer for their ignorance. And I'm sorry,
No,
but even if
you
it
want
means,
those people to suffer for their ignorance. You can't blame the whole state
and that's where I get stuck.
because there are wonderful people stuck in these god awful places. You
Yes,
want the people who are being racist to suffer. That's what you want.
don't know how to make that.
It's not going to happen.
I feel helpless, but then I feel like if I'm really happy to be where I'm at,
I'm not.
I'm because I'm happy to be in
I
the
can't let you
location
pull
I'm
me
in.
down today. Mhm.
Huh?
I can't let you pull me down today.
No, 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 no. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to finish off with some news because that's what's going on this week. Um, I guess that's it. I mean, my dog has a fan club. Your cat is going to play for the Steelers, if I caught the ass end of that little conversation you were having correctly. He's going to have a Steelers jersey
Nope.
on.
Yep, because he's a Pittsburgh cat now.
He's a Pittsburgh cat. He brought you mice. I saw that.
Because yep. He's not a pampered little California cat anymore. Nope.
Tomorrow morning, I am back on my scooter taking the bus to work. I'm all excited.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I'm all excited. I will have to get a picture of me on my scooter for you guys. Um, and then yeah, that's everything. That's the week in a nutshell. Wow. Oh my
It
God.
is.
I love you, Scott. Thank you for being here for me.
Sure.
To everybody
I
who
love you too.
to everybody who's celebrating their mothers, to everybody who's missing their mothers.
No, people not watching the video feed, the look she was giving you, like I said, I love you. I said I love you.
No, I knew it was delayed because your sound and your video are coming through very delayed.
Yes, yes,
I
that's it. Yep,
I
you're
see
right.
you. Well, I
Yep,
see your mouth moving and I see you talking
yep.
before the sound is coming through, so it's throwing me off a bit. Um Also, yesterday was the 2-year anniversary of me checking into the hotel and surprising my mom with her sister for my graduation weekend. So today is the 2-year
Sure.
anniversary of me graduating, which means it's also
Congratulations.
thank you, but this is also, and I want to acknowledge this even though it's sad. This is also the 2-year anniversary of the last time that I saw Tom in person. Tom
Yeah.
and Roger were at my graduation weekend and they helped to celebrate my graduation ceremony. So today is the 2-year anniversary of the last time that I got to see Tom, the Ramble Redhead, live and in person. And I got to hug him and tell him how much I cared about him and how happy I was to see him. And I just, yeah. So thinking of Tom, I love you all. Everyone, please just try to be nice to yourself and be nice to the people who deserve it. If you know a racist asshat, shun them and treat them like a racist asshat. But everybody else, even if you don't know them, random stranger on the on the street, be kind to them because we have no idea where everybody is and what they're dealing with. And, I just feel like we should all work to make this place a little bit nicer. Please email us at nowherestaff@gmail. We have no emails.
What?
All I'm getting is spam mail, by the way, from Christian broadcast companies wanting to know if we want to interview pastors, and I just keep marking them as spam and deleting them. Uh,
Let's do
Trumpet,
it. Let's interview
Trumpet
some
Media,
pastors.
Trumpet Media, please stop emailing us, please.
Let's
Uh,
do it, Christina.
no,
Let's bring them on. Let's
no,
talk to them.
no. And I'm not talking. I don't want to. I don't want
I
to.
will bring out my statue of Pan while we talk.
I will ask Nicole because she speaks their language to join us because and she won't want to because that is just an exercise that we don't want to deal with. Um but everybody thank you for watching. I'm sorry that
I speak that language.
yes you do. You were raised in it. So was
Yeah,
Nick. I was not. I don't speak it.
fucking heathen.
I am. Third generation heathen.
All right,
Unbaptized even.
I love
Un
you, but
I am going straight to hell. I am unbaptized. Pure 100%
I love you, but
unbaptized.
we've got to end this because this cat won't shut up.
It's because you need to feed him. It's dinner time.
Yes, it
Fuck
is.
off,
It was
Scott, and
dinner
feed your
time
cat.
30 minutes ago. I'm going to. I'm going to
That's the
fuck the
sign off
fuck
you
off.
wanted, so I'm
Greetings from nowhere. Not nudes from nowhere. Greeting. No, no. News from nowhere. Not news from nowhere. Bye bye.
bye everybody. I have to get us out of the stream now. God. They're gonna see everything.